It's an important point to remember, Roberto. Thank you.
Let's
Valverde Dance Theater. We're going to give some love to Valverde Dance Theater.
These are folks showcasing traditional indigenous and mestizo dances from the Andes Mountains in South America. And this is a Valverde dance group founded in 2009. They get their inspiration from Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Chile, and Argentina.
And this is their first time at Carnaval. They're first timers. They look absolutely beautiful. The particular dance that they're doing would typically be performed by people in Peru in the Lake Titicaca region. That area sits 14,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah,
that's high.
How about that?
Very important in this particular group. That you're going to see an instrument there, a very unique instrument. It is a siku, and it's a type of panpipe. They use it to play a 2,000-year-old technique known as a musical dialogue. You can listen closely. You can hear the flute music coming through. This musical dialogue is where two musicians play instead of one. Two musicians playing the melody. Listen close.
We can hear the siku, and now we're seeing the siku. This is a very unique instrument here.
Playing two instruments at one time.
It's amazing. And the men are wearing shawls or serapes. Do they still call them serapes in Peru?
No, actually, they if you look at their, it's like a shawl, like you put over, and then you have your white garment over you, and then you wear your pantalones, and you wear your red socks, and of course you wear your huaraches.
Next up, United Rhythms. This group comes to us as a group that it calls itself World Fusion. This dance style is contemporary world fusion, bringing together reggae, soca, and cumbia among the music forms.
Wow.
Check out this float now. They say the theme it's meant to highlight the strength of women. The float depicts a supreme being named Shiva. She is the protector and transformer of the universe. It was designed by Suado Cervantes, a Presita Eyes muralist.
And the dancer performing was choreographed by two 7th grade students, two young people who are, of course, part of the dance group there, which I always think is amazing. They're getting out there, they're choreographing so young. United Rhythms is a dance and fitness organization. It teaches all sorts of cultural dances to all age ranges. And the music, it's a mix. It's reggae, soca,
punta.
Punta.
Yeah, punta is played in several Central American countries, like Honduras. They're big on punta music. And of course, cumbia. The cumbia goes from Colombia to the Mexicanos dance the cumbia.
Yes.
You learn how to do the washing machine. Remember that movie?
Do the washing machine. Wait a minute.
Selena. Her mom taught her how to do the cumbia, do the washing machine.
You were talking about your grandfather teaching you the guitar. My uncle taught me the cumbia.
La cumbia.
Yes, la cumbia. And then at all the quinceañeras and weddings, that's where we learned cumbia, merengue, salsa. All right, this is Telemundo 48 and Comcast Xfinity. Telemundo is, of course, a Spanish-language TV network. We work very closely with these folks covering news in the Bay Area.
Telemundo 48, the only breaking news station in Spanish language in the Bay Area. And for the first time, they're going to be covering two major soccer tournaments. The Confederations Cup 2017, also known as CONCACAF, and the World Cup of 2018, which explains their soccer-themed float.
Of course, that big soccer ball right in the middle of it. And they've been participants in Carnaval for more than a decade now. All right, up next, Danza Azteca Xipe Totec.
Now this group, they drove up today from the South Bay to participate. They're performing Aztec dances derived from the pre-Hispanic age in ancient Mexico. Each step, they say, is carefully marked and is a representation of prayer, animals, deities, and others. The founder, Gerardo Salinas, comes from Tacuba, Mexico, came here from the United States in the 70s.
And he has been one of the elders from our community that has been involved in Carnaval, doing the danza, and has taught hundreds and hundreds of people the tradiciones. And it's a blessing to have him every year with us, and I honor him for all the
I think it's always beautiful to see these dances, and they always start off with a prayer, and they pray to each direction, north, south, east, and west.
Yeah. And what's so great is that you have children, young teenagers, young adults that learn these tradiciones and are keeping these tradiciones alive.
Let's go to Jessica Flores on the street.
Okay, we're here with Danza Azteca, and you're Maria, and you're going to show us a little bit about what you guys do. Can you show us?
Yes.
Tell me about the dance.
This is the Aztec group dance. We're from Mexico City, and this is our traditional Mexican dance that we have used, our ancestors have used in the past 100 years. And this is the feathers and everything, and when it comes together.
Tell me about, what's the symbolism? What does it mean? What is it?
The dances are all prayers. Everything is a prayer that we do for our sun, for the earth, Mother Earth, for the earth, and everything.
What's it like being out here with all of these groups, all these different types of dances?
It's a lot of energy. You just get energized, and it's just, you can't handle the energy.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Roberto, we talked about all the changes going on in the Mission District and the culture of protest that has arisen from that as well. It's always been the case here. But we often see the Aztec dancers on the forefront of some of
the danzantes are part of the protests. They're part of our celebrations, whether it be a quinceañera, talking about quinceañeras, right, or a wedding, or a baptism, or even when somebody passes. You know, they do ceremonias so that that soul goes into the universe, and having them being a part of Carnaval, it cleanses our neighborhood. You know, it cleanses our body. It brings good energy to our body, to our people. For those that need to be healed, you know, they get, you know, ceremonias. I participate in many of those ceremonias, and for many people that have needed healing, as well as for the birth of a new child, or a quinceañera,
Yes.
or a wedding.
And bringing good energy to the parade right now, Aquarela Brazilian Dance Ensemble, now dancing the samba and several other dance forms. The aquarela means watercolor in Portuguese.
In fact, their costumes and their faces all represent that artist's palette. Aquarela says it actually picks its dancers from a variety of different backgrounds to reflect the color and diversity of Brazil.
In addition to the sophisticated and extravagant Rio de Janeiro style of samba, Aquarela's dancers perform a variety of other styles too, including
Axé, samba reggae, pagode, forró, chachado, and frevo.
Very good, Joe.
Wow, Joe, I'm impressed. You got your Portuguese
Love my
down.
Brazilian music. And this is one of the most sought-after Brazilian entertainment companies in the San Francisco Bay Area, and you can just see why.
You can see why, and they're very daring costumes. We love it, though. They're inspired from the latest fashions of the samba schools in Rio. That's why they're so beautiful.
Up next, Distrito de la Amistad. That translates to Friendship District. This is their second year parading around under this group name, but many members have participated in various local groups in Carnaval since 2010.
I love this. The group has become a loving, supportive circle of friends and a place where they say you don't have to worry about body image. Some of the members have been displaced from the Mission District through gentrification. That's what we were talking about earlier, Roberto. But still, they continue to connect through the culture of music and dance in the neighborhood and what they call the Friendship District.
And that's what's so beautiful is that, you know, throughout the years, I've seen people that go and learn one tradition, and then they go to another group and they learn another tradition. I know this gentleman who in the last 21 years has been in 19 different groups.
Wow.
He selects a new group to go learn from, and he comes out with them in the parade. He's just amazing how, and that's a freedom that you have, that you can go learn another tradition and be in another group.
Just got to remember the one you're doing today, spot on. These are rather specific, aren't they, in terms of the dance steps?
Okay, I have to mention, we've seen people all ages, but now we're seeing the dogs.
Got a dog.
Look at that. That's amazing. So cute.
I wonder who taught the dog
music.
I wonder who taught the dog the choreography.
I don't know, but she has moves.
By cuteness. Our next group, Comunidad Maya Yucateca de Área de la Bahía. And this is representing the Mayan community from the Yucatan here in the Bay Area and beyond. This group dancing to the tune of the original Arana Yucateca, and this is the music that's played in traditional celebrations in Mayan towns and villages across the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, this comparsa, it brings together dance troops from San Francisco, from Marin County, Portland, and also Southern California.
Now here in the Bay Area, we have a large population of Mayans, especially from the Yucatan, and also Guatemala. Here in the Mission, we have several Yucatan restaurants. I remember being born and raised here in the Mission. I never had a restaurant that I can go to have food from Mayan food in the Yucatan, and now I go to the Mayan restaurants all the time. They have some of that delicious
The
food.
migration patterns changed. We got a lot more people from Central America in recent years.
Yeah. Especially, you know, growing up, I remember here in the Mission, we had the Irish, the Italians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, and then there was a big, of course, the Mexicanos, but then you had in the 80s, you had a lot of people from Nicaragua and El Salvador come because of the wars that were taking place in those countries. And now more recently, there's been a lot of a migration from Mexico and Guatemala, and a lot of people who are Mayans who speak their own dialect. You know, the Mayans have 31 different dialects.
Wow.
You know, a lot's been talked about, the sanctuary city issue, which I know you could go on forever about, but the fact is, for many of those cultures who came here escaping war and other sorts of oppression, that's real frontline stuff. That's not just a theory. That's not just a philosophy.
So it's great to have the Mayan Yucateca community represented in our parade.
All right, coming around the corner now, another Afro-Brazilian entry. This is Fogo na Roupa, Grupo Carnavalesco Cultural. And this is a group that always lights up the crowd.
You can see why. The costumes, we're still getting to them. Very colorful, though. There we go. The group's theme evokes a complete takeover, their very own coup d'etat.
Yeah, and they talk about, you know, it's far from a violent overthrow here, but they're talking about a strike of pure joy in the spirit of Carnival traditions in the Americas.
They have opened up for the Mission's own Carlos Santana, which is pretty impressive.
And they've been actually the grand champions of the Carnival parade for several years now. You know, we have a competition, and there's the grand champions, first place, second place, third place. And then we have different categories that you could win in: Caribbean, you know, traditional children's category, and then we have the Brazilian category. But Fogo na Roupa has for several years now has been the grand champions of the parade.
You can see why the beautiful costumes and the dance and the floats. Let's get out to Jessica. Hey there.
Okay, guys, we are here with Jose. Look at this. He's having a great time with his daughter. Look how cute his daughter is.
Yes. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? Dile. ¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Itzia. Happy Carnaval to everybody. Everybody in San Francisco and Bay Area and beyond. We're celebrating coup d'etat in name of everybody in every community in the world.
All right. They said it was a complete takeover.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I can't hear either. It's okay. But we're having a great time out here dancing. Tell me, what does this mean to you? Why is it so important that everybody get together, come out here?
Definitely, for us, it's very important as a community to be together. We got this day for all of us to come show our culture. Not everybody from Brazil or from the Caribbean. Everybody's from all over the world and just having a good time. Happy Carnaval to everybody.
All right, happy Carnaval. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jessica. You know, this group, not only they open for Carlos Santana, but there's an internationally acclaimed recording artist, Carlinhos. They've been on stage with him. They performed at 49ers and Raiders games, and even the San Francisco Symphony's 100-year anniversary.
And you mentioned, Roberto, that they won the grand championship last year at Carnaval.
Yeah, they're the grand champions from last year. They also teach at several schools, not only here in San Francisco, but throughout the Bay Area. And one of the centers where they teach is locally here is at the Mission Culture Center.
We want to just take this in and listen in for a little bit.
You know, Roberto, we talk about these groups. The mission is their cornerstone, the mission, but they spend a lot of time. Some of them are from other parts of the Bay Area, and we have some that are Oakland-based and different parts. As our own migration patterns change, as people are moving out of the Mission District, do you foresee a day when the greater Bay Area plays a larger role in this Mission District
And
event?
that's what's beautiful about Carnaval. It brings everybody back to the mission, back to home, you know, and this is like the Mecca. This is what the glue that keeps us together. And Carnaval is just, it makes that magic come alive once a year. And I feel the sun starting to warm up a little bit.
We're dancing. We're warming up anyway.
I'm feeling that warm.
I mean, you could see why these guys are champions.
Yeah.
And their group just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
What I love so much about Carnival is just shows the diversity of the Latin culture. You have...
And the Africanos.
And the Africanos.
And we got the European community. You know, we have people that, Japanese, that learn samba. Jimmy is one of an individual who started off over 20 years ago, and now he heads up a samba school. And he's Japanese. Only in San Francisco, right?
Only in San Francisco. That's what we love about it.
All right, here we have the Diaspora Mass Band. Mass, again, stands for masquerade. This group says it stands for the diversity and flair of the African diaspora.
And they dress up to the nines in gorgeous costumes with gems and feathers. You can see the beautiful purple feathers there. They perform in parades and festivals across the U.S., even internationally.
This year, Diaspora Mass Band proudly represents the goddess Ma'at. The goddess and her court judge the heart of man by weighing it against a feather, free from burden and judgment.
Mass Band, it's organized by local small business owners. The choreography, K-Sweat. Diaspora Fitness, nutrition guidance by the exotic food goddess. That's Angelica Erskine. And their creative director, performing artist, Empress Frida Marley.
Coming at you now from the Brazilian tradition, Paixão, which is Portuguese for passion. This group represents Brazil with nearly 100 members. They are wearing white to represent the success in the endeavors of life, and silver representing how Paixão dancers feel when they get moving.
And this is how they feel. They're feeling good.
That onomatopoeia, like Paixão.
Paixão.
I'm feeling Paixão.
Paixão. Viva Brazil!
Que viva! It was
Samba.
formed under Norma
Samba.
Talmadge. And she's been participating in San Francisco's Carnaval Parade for 20 years now.
In fact, back in 2005, she helped form Grupo Todo Mundo, Paixão, and then Paixão, which was actually born in 2014. Paixão.
Paixão. We're seeing roller skates in this group too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we want to introduce you to Abada Capoeira, San Francisco.
Well, this is still Paixão.
Oh, well, let's
Yeah.
just indulge in Paixão for a while.
Yeah, we're
shall we?
going to all just
That's all
take in Paixão.
We don't want to jump the gun.
They really have 100 dancers, Joe.
They do. They really do. Paixão is saying, we're not done yet.
No.
I love that everything means something. The dances, the costumes,
Yeah.
the headdresses. There's meaning to it all.
The streets turn into the theater. You know, you see a lot of, you know, we have the ballet, the symphony, the opera. The streets of the Mission District become the theater for us, you know?
It is. It truly
Just
is
like
theater.
throughout all of the Latin America and the Caribbean, and, you know, it's people are out on the street. It's part of the culture.
Roberto, this is the largest carnival on the West Coast, really one of the larger multi-ethnic festivals, you know, west of the Mississippi. I mean, this
Yeah, actually, the Carnaval in San Francisco is the largest multi-ethnic carnival in the United States. Even in New Orleans, where you go to New Orleans, they have a black parade and they have a white parade. Which a lot of people don't know. I've been to New Orleans several times as a guest and from the organization that produces it. And I was shocked the first year that I went when they took me to just a white parade, and then I went to just a black parade. And when you go to the Carnival in New York, it's just Trinidadian parade. They have a Trinidadian parade. The Puerto Ricans have just their Puerto Rican parade in New York.
right,
And then you go to Miami in Calle Ocho, they
Cuban.
is just Cuban. And so in different parts of the United States, I've been to all of them. I can share with you that San Francisco, because it's San Francisco, is the only place that you can do that. People have told me from San Diego, we want to do a carnival in San Diego, and throughout many cities, but they just have not been able to do it. And I think because of the artistic diversity that's here, and again, it goes back to the love that people have for Carnaval, that they're willing to do what we do here and only in San Francisco.
Let's go to Abadá Capoeira, San Francisco, out of the Brazilian Cultural Center, and Jessica is right in the middle of it.
Joe, I am right in the middle of all this. This is some pretty wild stuff. These kids are so talented. Marcia, tell me about what you guys are doing out here.
So we are Abadá Capoeira around 22nd and Mission. We offer free low-cost program for youth, and they learn capoeira. Capoeira is dance, music, acrobatics, is art form, there's all improvisation, learn how to sing. They learn a new language, it's Portuguese. So it's so much each way. It has so much to do with the times today or unity, you know, and we're very happy to be a part of Carnaval San Francisco.
So it's not just a dance, right? Like it's a way.
It's a martial art.
Yeah.
And creating the time of the slavery, the African people, to camouflage the self-defense they're practicing. They incorporate the dance, the acrobatics. It has a whole other culture aspect of the African culture.
Very beautiful. And then your youngest student here, how old is he?
Oh, he's probably 5 or 6. Ranger.
Look at them go. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you. I'm
And
going
you
to hang
can
out
see
over
those
here with
instruments right behind Jessica. They look like, well, they're like a bow and arrow with a rock. It's called a barren bow. And look how these kids are doing acrobatics. They're doing flips and such. Well, depending on how the barren bow is played, they will shift from doing acrobatics to dancing to martial arts. So it's really interesting how the music, this really unusual instrument, will dictate what comes next in the parade.
Yeah, capoeira brings that all together, which is great. All right, next up we have Ginga, Brazil.
Ginga, Brazil.
Ginga, Brazil. Performing to the sound of the classic, help me out with this, Milton Nascimento song?
It's a song.
Maria Maria.
Maria Maria.
Yes, Maria Maria. It's an ode to the everyday woman. And there are different costume sections here. They represent the diversity of feminine power.
Yeah, they perform the traditional style Brazilian dances, including frevo, maculele, and then the more well-known Rio style extravaganzas. Now, you may recognize the word Ginga. There was a recent movie about Pelé, the internationally known soccer player, perhaps one of the best who ever played the sport. Pelé refers to the Ginga as the spiritual charm that allows him to be one of the greatest players in history. It is essentially drawing from your African heritage and not letting people tell you to suppress your own heritage. Let's listen into the music. It's just a fascinating aspect of the entire story of the Americas, right? Where African slaves brought here against their will, told by their masters to suppress their own cultural identity. They were able, through their own music, The fact is, drums are not just a musical form. They're actually part of their religious ceremony. And through their music, they were able to preserve their cultural identity. And there's still some tension, isn't there? Even in recent years in the Carnaval in Brazil, at one point, like you said, there were white and black parades here in the United States. The same was the case in Brazil, where they had the upper and lower class parades, upper and working class parades. The same goes with whether you're allowed to express your own cultural identity or not, and whether the majority will tell you to keep it to yourself. And Ginga was that African charm that people from the region decided they were going to express no matter what happens.
You know what's great is that the indigenous people of the Americas, when the Africanos were brought over here, they embraced them. And that's where you have the mixture of Africano and indigenous music and dance coming together. And I've been blessed with the opportunity throughout the years in my travels to meet people and learn and study that. And I think that is so beautiful. And that's something that's really needed here in this country, is more people to really embrace other cultures and learn it and be a part of it. Because when you learn culture and you learn roots, then you learn respect and you learn to love your fellow human beings.
And stop fearing each other. And a lot of times
That's right.
It does start with the musicians, because you know this about musicians. I've got an instrument, you've got one. I don't care where you're from. I want to see what we can make together. Like, what kind of music will flow out of us. I don't care about your roots. I don't care about, I'm not afraid of you. I want to hear what you got.
You see, let me show you what I got. Let's jam.
I'll just dance. You guys jam, I'll dance. But such a good point.
You dance a cumbia.
I'll dance the cumbia or whatever you play.
Many times it is the musicians who begin the conversation.
It's true. It brings everybody together. Music, for sure. It's a universal language. All right. Up next.
Talking about cumbia.
Talk about cumbia. Cumbiamba, Colombiana. Of course, from Colombia. Today, the group's performing two rhythms from two different regions in Colombia.
The curulao
rhythm.
from the Pacific coast, and the cumbia from the Atlantic coast. The dances are similar with themes of love and nature.
This is the 14th year of participating in Carnaval.
Yeah, La Cumbiamba Colombiana, their musicians are all Colombian born. They hail from different regions of the country, and they say they are here to perform so that they can pass on their culture to the next generation.
And you know, they started off a very small group. I remember there was 22 of them. And they had a dream and they had a vision. And it's so beautiful to see how many people today are participating. And the colors of the costumes are just so beautiful.
Colombia has its own Carnaval tradition. And Panama, which of course was split off from Colombia, has its own as well.
And they have also an influence of Africa. Again, the Afro-Colombiano.
That's a big influence. All right, Jessica's along the parade route. Let's check in with her. Jessica?
All right, we are here with Giselle. She's looking beautiful. Tell me all about what you guys are doing, your costumes, your dances.
Okay, so the name of our group is La Cumbiamba Colombiana, and this year is Two Oceans, One Country. Two Oceans, Two Rhythms, One Country. We're representing the Pacific and the Atlantic regions of Colombia. My costume represents the blue of the ocean and the flowers of our beautiful country. And we've been dancing for about 15 years now in the Carnival of San Francisco.
How do you guys look forward to this all year? I'm assuming this is a very special day for you guys.
It is very special for us because, you know, we're not at home. I'm personally from Barranquilla. It's the city who has the second biggest carnival in the world after Rio. And being part of this when you're so away from home, it's just amazing.
You feel at home right now.
Exactly. This is like home. I mean, I'm not in the States anymore.
All right, now, and you're up there on the float, but you came down to speak to us, but are you dancing as well?
Yes, I am dancing as well. I'm planning to get off the float, dance with the people sometime, then go back up there, I'm planning to do everything.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you guys. Thank you.
Jessica, thank you so much.
Jessica, you got to go out there and dance some cumbia.
All right.
Jessica's learning all kinds of moves.
I
Your mom, to mama y tu papá, I'm proud of you after today.
I know.
Because hey, look at my hija. She learned salsa, she learned cumbia, she learned the cha-cha-cha and samba.
That's right. I'm learning everything tonight.
Mambo and it all. All right, Jessica, thanks so much. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit. Up next, though, look at this. Instituto de Cultura Raíces de Perú.
And they're performing something called the contradanza from the region of Huamachuco. This is a Peruvian dance that dates back to the 18th century. Performers imitate the steps and movements of the Spanish in a form of satire.
We've seen that theme in other comparsas today, too. The history of it. The dances are made in honor of the Virgin of Alta Gracia. The group was created back in 1988. They have 12 chapters scattered all around the world. And we're lucky to have them here today.
The theme of satire, and when you have your own separate parade, you might tend to do that. You're, in fact, imitating in a way that is satirical. And I was reading about the in the West Indies, in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Their origins come from the Europeans who brought over their own version of Carnaval. They did their own version, and it was completely two different parades, right? But they would often make fun of, you know, the African-based group would make fun of the European-based group in a way that it was not flattering, and it got them banned for some time.
Yeah, in fact, you know, I've been to the carnivals in Europe, and in Italy, they don't dance. All they make is these floats that cost $150,000, $250,000,
right.
And they have artists that make fun of people. So the one year I went was in Italy. They had one of Michael Jackson, and he was all painted white.
Yeah.
With Jerry curl.
Not sure you could get away with.
And so they do. They make fun of politicians. They make fun of just, and that's all it is. And so when I went, well, I mean, here in Italy, right, and I'm looking at these beautiful floats, and the parade ended, and I said, well, where's the music? Where's the dance? They go,
Where's
no,
the fun?
we don't do that.
So here, the dancing is here on the street. Let's go to Jessica in the middle of it.
Hey, Joe. Okay, so I've been watching this woman dance all day. Her name is Juanita Gonzalez, and she has moves. You've been coming here for 30 years.
39 years.
Every single year?
Every single year, since I was 16 years old.
Born and raised in San Francisco.
Native Mission.
How important is it that this happens here every year?
It's very important. You cannot forget your roots. This is what made the Mission District. Without all these people contributing their time, this wouldn't happen. That's taken away, you take part of the whole culture away from the Mission District. The Mission District is one of the most cultural places you will find. It's the diversity of people that are here that make the Mission District.
And Juanita, we've been talking a lot about the mission changing and gentrification and all that, but this is kind of like, hey, we're still here.
Well, I come from Millbrae. I got out from here. So I come from Millbrae, and I don't miss it every year I'm here. These are my sisters. They're all native. Maria de la Mora, Mercedes Valdez. She's in LA. She lives in the Mission still. She's one of the ones that has survived it. So I'm proud to be a Mission District person. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to come every year. I hope they don't ever take this away, because this is us. This is our community. They can come, but they're always going to leave, but we'll still be here.
All right. Well, thank you, Juanita. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Come every single year. I'm going to find you next year. We're going to dance. All right. Send it back to you guys.
Beautifully said, Roberto. I'm sure that registers with you. I mean, you told me, I was doing a story here recently. You told me about, you know, there's this alley that has all the murals that tell the story of this community. There is now a mural that has a Latino family moving out of their home on the mural.
Yeah.
And another family, well,
Yeah.
probably a young tech worker moving in.
Yeah, it's sad, you know, but we're not giving up. As a community, we have risen up, we've stood up, and we will continue to stand up and rise up. And and fight to make sure that our culture stay here. You know, we survived this back in '96 when they had the .com boom, you know, and people came here like a train wreck, and the majority of them left. And we got a connection up to a higher power. You know, this tech will boom, and people will be able to come back. You know.
Well, it is time to get funky. Samba funk. Members of this group call themselves the Funquarians. Their dance and choreography represent styles across the African diaspora, African, Brazilian funk, and of course Latin styles. Every time they dance, drum, or sing, the Funquarians say they are paying tribute to the millions of African families who lost their lives after being kidnapped into slavery to build the new world.
And they say their message this year is one of love, bringing the love vibration back to San Pancho. The Samba Funk is a multi-generational, multicultural arts and community organization. They've got classes in Oakland and San Francisco's Western Edition. Let's listen in on some of this funky music. One of the larger contingents here today, 225 members. And we are watching these dancers just sway back and forth to that samba beat.
Yeah, it was founded in 2010 by artistic director THEO Williams, also known as King THEO.
And King THEO actually is one of our kings that was elected several years ago in Carnaval.
Very nice.
A lot of these individuals that win king and queen stick to their king title. People ask me, how come he's still the king? And didn't you guys have an election this year? Yeah, we did, but they earned it, so they keep the title. So he's King THEO, Samba Funk.
We love it.
Tell me about your group.
Hey, we are Samba Funk. We're the Funquarians. Today, we're bringing you the kinetic, kindred connection. We're bringing back the love from the sun. That's why you see so much yellow, because what the world needs now is a little bit more love.
And you guys are bringing the funk, the music. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we're made up of community people, some professional musicians, but mostly we just love the cultura, la cultura. That's why we're here, for the culture.
Nice. Tell me, how did you get the name King? How did you get to be King THEO?
Well, I am a king of San Francisco Carnaval, 2001.
Nice.
I'm voted king of Carnaval, and I've been involved ever since. I'm involved in the art scene in the Bay, and I just love the music and the dance. And I would love for some of your viewers to come dance with us.
All right, so if you're at home watching, get up and dance.
Hey, 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 hey.
That is the king.
Hey, hey,
Jessica's doing
here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey.
That young lady's getting a workout today. Jessica, you're rocking it today. Man, I'm just digging this music. This is funky music. I mean, American style with all sorts of different samba rhythms in it.
It got that James Brown funk in there.
It's hitting it on the ones.
You know that. You know they're from Oakland.
Yes.
They got that Oakland funk.
We talk about the comparsas and how they become family. Not only do they become like family, but in some cases, people meet somebody at Carnaval, they get married.
Oh,
they move.
I got a whole bunch of weddings I've gone to of people who met in Carnaval, have gotten married, have had children, who got great-grandchildren. I've been to a lot of baptisms. It's just so beautiful how people meet here, you know.
You said there were some groups that came here, right? They came here from other countries and didn't leave.
Yeah.
Right, because we have visitors from other countries today.
Yeah, so we do. We have, some people get adopted and never go back. That's good.
King Theo paying homage to KPIX. That's right there. Big shout out.
He's a beautiful brother.
I don't know about you, I'm feeling a little funkier.
Yeah, I just had that experience as the spectator going, now how do I join that group again? I would like to be a funquarian.
Yeah, you're ready.
I already am a funquarian. Just need to join the group.
Again, that is King Theo living up to his name.
King Theo.
You all right? Look at not just the elaborate costumes, but the float.
And this vehicle that they created into a float is just amazing.
Yeah, so brilliantly decorated.
It's different.
It's definitely different. There's some sort of a tribute to Egypt. And as some of the scholars who talk about you know, who look into Carnaval and its roots say that one of the original Carnavals may have been in Egypt, in fact. This is a tradition that dates back to nearly the beginning of mankind, dancing in the street.
Egyptian lover.
And they're still going.
Samba funk. Bringing it. Bring it. It's a day where you could be whatever you want to be.
Whatever you want to be.
Whatever your little heart desires. Your imagination, your creativity. It's just a day you just free. And you know what? That if you go back to some of the celebrations around the world, it was, especially where they have plantation owners, it was a day where the plantation owners let you do whatever you wanted to do for the day.
This is the day you can do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you like.
As such, these folks on the next float are doing what they want to do, and this is El Show de Pepe. Jose Gonzalez, El Show de Pepe. Pepe himself, the star of this float. He's the director and producer of the Latino television program, El Show de Pepe. And that's a show that can be seen here in San Francisco, Sacramento, and San Jose.
Pepe migrated to the United States 40 years ago from Peru. And over the years, he realized that there was a serious need to support local talent. And that's why he created that television show to really support his community.
There you see a big contingent on top of that big red truck. El Show de Pepe. Let's go to Jessica on the street.
Nicaragua, Mexico, Colombia, and we represent all Bay Area musicians.
All right, this is Catalina. We were in the middle of a conversation when you came to us, but she's telling us they're from everywhere.
Everywhere.
And tell us about the dance that you guys do.
The dancers, they are from Colombia, they are American, North America, and then they are great dancing.
All right, what style of dance?
We try it like a samba, salsa. We have in the truck all kinds of music as well.
And these costumes are really elaborate. We're seeing a lot of the feathers today. Tell us about your guys' costumes.
They design it themselves.
They designed it themselves?
Yes, they are so good for that. Yeah.
All right, they're beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. And anything else, Catalina? This is obviously hugely important to the Mission District, this community. Tell us about what it means for you.
Well, we're part of the Mission District. We support Mission District also. That's why we represent all people, all Latins for this area, especially from Bay Area. So they are so great. We have a lot of musicians. If you see our truck, we have a lot of singers from El Salvador, Mexico, and then they are singers in there too as well. And then this is from El Show de Pepe. Pepe have his own orchestra. He's a musician as well. He have a TV show. And also, he have his own channel.
Okay, so you have people from everywhere, all parts of Latin America. All right, we'll send it back to you guys. We're going to walk with El Show de Pepe.
Thank you so much. We're working with El Show de Pepe.
And we call Pepe Pepito.
Pepito.
He has one of the most amazing salsa orchestras here in the Bay Area. Master musicians. I had him, actually, they're performing at the festival, but they've been performing for many, many years. They actually performed with India from Puerto Rico, and they performed with other well-known artists, and they've opened up for a lot of great musicians that come from Puerto Rico and from Cuba here to the San Francisco Bay Area. One of the places you'll find Pepito and his orchestra is over at Acapulco.
Okay, good to know, good to know. This next float, Northern California Zumba Fitness.
Yeah, you know Zumba.
I know Zumba.
Aerobic fitness program.
I go every Thursday night.
You do Zumba. They're representing the fitness community, the Zumba fitness community from all over the Bay Area and beyond. Now, this is it's an aerobic fitness program. It started by a choreographer from Colombia, but it's spread like wildfire through the world as a wonderful way to honor the music while taking care of your body and getting fit.
Yeah, this group is led by Zumba jammer Claudia Rios with participants from Yuba City, Concord, Stockton, Lodi, Richmond, and Petaluma. So from many different places.
So where can we catch you Thursday nights doing Zumba?
I'm not telling. But no, it's so great because you love the music and you're moving to the music and you're doing the moves that you love, but you're getting fit at the same time.
Yeah.
El show de Michelle.
El show de Michelle. Zumba with Michelle.
You don't want to see that show.
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's go now to Panama. Conjunto Folclórico Panamá, America. And this is a contingent from Panama. This is a group of students, professionals, and volunteers who are keeping Panamanian folklore alive here in the United States. Panama has one of the richest histories of Carnaval, and here they are preserving it.
They have a float, they have a truck. It's currently directed by Jacine Bernal, Grace Casey, and Yolanda Lindo. And Jessica is along the parade route. Hey there.
We are with Grace right now. She's telling me that this is the only group here from Panama.
That's correct. This is the Conjunto Folclórico Panamá America, who represents the Panamanian community every year in the Carnaval since 2004.
And tell me about what you guys are doing. Tell me about the dance and the costume.
Our traditional costume is the pollera, and today we're representing since it's the Corazón de San Pancho, we're trying to get unity, not only between the Panamanian, but everybody in our country. Okay.
And for you this year, what's different about this year?
The unity that we have is bigger than they have been before, and we just want to share the love that we have for the community, and we want to invite the community to participate with us in the following year. Yes.
So this is Miss Panama up here?
Yes, Yahaira Flores is Miss Panama 2017, and her parents are from Panama, and yeah, she's been with the Conjunto Folclórico Panamá America also for 3 years, and yeah, she's our new queen. And today, Yahaira is wearing a white pollera. That's one of our major outfits in Panama. And the girls are just representing the colors of the heart, because it's red and white.
Very cool. Thank you so much for talking to us. I appreciate it. We'll send it back to you guys.
Viva Panama!
Viva Panama!
Que viva!
Look at those beautiful dresses here in the Panama contingent.
Yeah, the dresses, they're sort of similar to the Mexican folklorico dresses. I used to dance Mexican folklorico as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
How many years did you dance?
Maybe about 4 or 5.
So what tradition?
I did everything, but ballet folklorico.
Ballet folklorico. You got film footage we could play today?
No.
We'll have to settle for the
But I have
Zumba.
pictures in my costume.
I want to see those pictures along with the Zumba class.
As somebody who danced this, you recognize what these young people especially had to go through today. They had to put all these intricate costumes together, right? And you see a lot of doting among their parents and such who are along the route, but this is a lot of work.
Well, it's a lot of work and a lot of time goes into a lot of dedication, because of course a lot of these students, they also have school, they also have other activities that they do, and then they go to their dance class and they practice for not only the parade but other performances throughout the year. So it certainly takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort. And you said the parents are doting. They're proud of their kids out there.
And the hair. the amount of time to get the hair done.
Well, you know, that takes a lot of time, especially the females.
And the makeup.
And the makeup. And it's different to dance in, you know, workout clothes, but then when you put everything on, it's a whole other ball game.
That is a performance at another level. Well, here we go. This is not Zumba, but this is the next project Michelle will undertake. Workout Temps. Vision of Dance of the Ancestors. They are coming up right behind the Panama contingent. There you see the beginning of their contingent. Workout Temps brings world dance and unique fitness classes to work sites, large and small, over the San Francisco Bay Area. Instructors teach dances ranging from salsa to hip-hop, and they even bring yoga to your place of work. The Workout Temps costumes represent the various dance classes that they teach, as well as the diverse group of people that take them.
And like you said, they are right behind Panama, so you see the signs right there. But you also see, maybe you can get a sneak peek. Yeah, there you go. Everyone in their fitness gear.
Okay,
like
now I got
a line dance there.
Joe, do you do yoga?
I have to admit, I do the hot yoga.
Oh,
I get in there 104 degrees.
You do this
Beach room yoga 90 minutes at a time.
Whoa.
Wow, that's dedication.
And you know what? It's great for the mind, body, and spirit. But it's hot. You can lose a few pounds like in one session, too.
Yeah, I do the steam bath.
Do you really? Yes.
That's different.
Let's go back to Jessica.
Where are you guys from? All right, so I'm with Jason and Stephanie, who are here with their parents. And is this your first year?
No, I think this is my 5th year.
And every year it gets bigger and better, right?
Yeah.
You were telling me you love the dances. Which dances?
I don't really know, just all of them. I guess I would say.
I've been seeing you over here dancing with your beads on. It's an exciting day. So tell me what your favorite float was.
Well, I don't know, but my favorite dance was the Mexican one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they look cool and how they dressed and stuff like that. It was just like fancy in the Mexican way and stuff like that.
All right, are you going to be joining them next year? Maybe we'll see you out there in one of these floats? Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, and you're here with your parents? All right. Oh, they don't want to go on camera. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to us. I appreciate it. We'll continue dancing with you. Got some more groups of girls over here dancing. Tell me, how many years have you been here?
This is my 2nd year.
And this year, what is your favorite group?
I don't have a favorite. I love them all. They all have different dance styles, and they're all real fun.
And you guys are jamming out here. I see you. Okay, so what group do you? I mean, what dance do you like?
Ooh, I like all of them. My favorite, Mexico, represent Mexico, of course. I love the dances that are most active, energy. We love energy groups.
All right, I've been watching you guys dancing. Okay, we have some more dance groups, so we're gonna keep the party over here, right? All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, I like the ones who said, I like them all.
I like them all.
There's such a variety. What's not to like here?
I think she's going to be in Carnaval next year because
Yeah.
you see her dancing? She couldn't stay still.
I guarantee you. My little daughter, Victoria, has arrived on the scene. I see her seeing the dancers go by. And, yeah, I have a feeling she's going to be in this next year, too.
Oh, she's getting inspired right here.
Yeah.
I want to be in it
Elementary
next year.
School. All right. Which group are you going to be in?
I think the Funkwarians.
Samba Funk.
Samba Funk. I'll do salsa, anything that has cumbia. I'll do them all.
Hey, that would be cool, huh? Just like 1 year, just jump from one group to another group. And,
sure.
And just jump, right?
I think
That's
it would.
all of them.
It would not only be fun, but you'd learn about all the different cultures.
Yeah, we should do that. The 3 of us. How about that?
Let's do that.
That would be a different show altogether.
Live and in color.
De los locos.
Just don't put it on camera.
You know, Roberto, this has been such a project of passion for you. For 39 years you've been doing this. And I understand you may be moving on here. You may be handing over the
Don't make me
baton.
start crying. Yeah, I know it is. It is. You know, in the last couple of years, I've been training a new generation of young people that are in their 20s, because I felt that it was time to basically really start preparing a new generation to take over the production of Carnaval. It's a labor of love, and I've enjoyed it, and I've got a whole team of young people in their 20s, and they're beautiful. They got great hearts, soul, spirits. Some of them have actually been in the Carnaval parade since they were babies, and so I know that passing the torch over to them is going to be easy but hard. And so I told them that when the time comes and I pass that torch, I'm going to jump back in the parade.
Nice.
And I'm going to switch every year. One year I'll be in my lowrider, and the other year I'll be drumming. And they'll know that they can text me if they need me.
Won't that be hard for you to let go a little bit, though?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's one. My body says yes. My mind says no.
Well, you know, lots of honor to you, sir, for bringing us this beautiful tradition. Let's move on now. We're going to see two groups here. These are two groups of the Guatemalan tradition. There's Agrupación Sociocultural Cosmovisión Maya, and then we'll also see Proyección Folclórica Guatemala Xelajú. These groups, one of them, the first one I mentioned, traveled all the way from Guatemala to participate in this year's parade. A folkloric group showing their Mayan roots. That's a big deal to come to the big city from these small villages they come from.
And listen to the marimba. This is one of the few groups here in the parade that has marimba. You hear the marimba?
That's an instrument that I hear, yes.
And it got that little cumbia beat there.
It does have a little cumbia beat.
Yeah, all the way from Guatemala. And actually, next year is our 40th anniversary, and throughout the years, we've have invited different groups to be part of Carnaval. So we're already, I've been letting everybody know that's come in the past that next year's our 40th anniversary. And should their little heart desire to come be with us for the 40th anniversary, I have not heard one no yet.
So bring it.
Next year it's going to be very special to celebrate our 40th anniversary. Yeah, and then I can leave on a high note.
Absolutely. Well, let me just tell you about these costumes that we're looking at here. These are folks wearing authentic outfits from the Guatemalan villages. The women are wearing hand-woven huipils, which are decorated with symbols, each with their own meaning, as well as handmade skirts. And then the men's pants, they're woven by hand on a backstrap loom. The patterns for the pants and the huipils vary in each region of the country.
Okay, does this person look familiar to you right behind the Guatemalan dancers? This is Zorro and Zorro Jr.
Zorro himself comes to the parade. There's actually Adrian Alexander Bermudez Jr. He's a community and human rights activist. He's a dancer, choreographer, and musician, and he's been in this parade a long time.
Yeah, so somebody asked me one day, what is Zorro doing in the parade? So I asked him, I said, well, let me get back to you. Let me ask him. So I said, so he told me, oh, Zorro has a history of being a Californian, right? And so he tells me this whole story, and I said, okay, I get it.
No. Hey,
but you know what? I'm surprised he's riding in the car today, because he's usually walking and he's got a whip.
That's right.
Well, for Jessica's sake, we're glad that he's in the car today. Hey, right behind, I love this Star One art car with Wardell Walters. Walters, he was born and raised in San Francisco, participated in Carnaval for over 10 years. Take a look at that car, though. This is his treasure piece. He calls it Star One. The top of the car features this beautiful botanical garden, and the body is just adorned with some paintings of San Francisco's most iconic places. We see the Palace of Fine Arts.
Beat me up, Scotty. Star One.
Star One.
And behind the art car, Los Bomberos de San Francisco. Bomberos, the firefighters. created to represent and give voice to Latino firefighters in the San Francisco Fire Department. They do bilingual translation for the department as well as other duties.
Yeah, they've sent members to fire stations in Mexico and Nicaragua too, bringing equipment and helping with training there. And they've participated in Carnaval for 11 years, so for a while now.
Yeah, and that's great that they, los bomberos, I know go to Nicaragua, and they actually train people in Nicaragua and other Latin American countries how to be firefighters.
Yeah, it's amazing. Behind them, Flavors of the Caribbean.
This is a Trinidadian American Carnaval group out of the South Bay. The dance group inspired by former comparsas, D Midas and Islands of Fire. And those two groups were huge in Carnaval in San Francisco many years ago. Flavors is following in their footsteps.
Yeah, their goals are to empower women and men and for them to find self-confidence through the music and dance of the Caribbean. Beautiful, very ornate costumes in this comparsa.
You see the red and gold and what appears to be a dragon at the beginning.
A dragon, you could see birds, butterflies. And Jessica's out there on the street. Hey there.
Hey. Okay, Dominique, tell us what's going on. You guys are
Flavors of the Caribbean. It's a Trinidad American group from San Jose, California. I'm so happy to present this to you. This is in honor of my grandmother, Jean Sion.
All right, you guys, they have so much energy. Everybody's having so much fun. Now here, take a look.
And she's not here to talk to you, she's here to dance. I see more and more people in the crowd dancing with them. Let's listen in on the music.
We are the flavor of the Caribbean. Yes, indeed. 2017. Get ready. Yes, indeed. Are you ready, Grandma? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, indeed. To the right. To the left. To the left. To the right. No stop. No stop. No stop. No stop. No stop. Yes. Up north. Up north. Up north. Up north. Up north. Up north. Yes, indeed. San Francisco. Looking beautiful as usual. Yes, indeed. Nice, be nice. We are the flavor.
All right, I'm here with Kai and Dwayne, brothers with their aunt. This is multi-generational. They've learned their dances. They want to show off a little bit. Let's see what you guys got. Thank you, guys. Awesome job. Thank you. All right, well, you guys go.
I love seeing the young people dancing out there and enjoying themselves at Carnaval. All right, up next, Club 26 Mix. It's a club in the heart of the Mission, so a lot of people here know about this club.
There you see the folks on top of the truck there, DJs playing tunes for the crowd. Yeah, this is a popular venue for Latin American music, and they got their salsa night.
When is that?
Gotta
We
have
need to
the
go.
salsa night.
We're going. Roberto's taking us.
There you go. Let's go. A bailar el cha-cha-cha, a little mambo, and a little merengue.
All right, let's take a look at our next contingent. This is Batalá San Francisco, a Brazilian-style percussion and dance group. This is their 5th year participating in Carnaval. The youth dancers are from Dimensions Dance Theater in Oakland. Batalá San Francisco, the local chapter of Batalá Mundo, the world. More than 1,000 drummers and over 30 groups internationally.
And the members worldwide, they share the common costumes, the choreography, the music, allowing that sort of, we've been talking about this all morning, that international exchange. And they allow that exchange of drummers among the groups throughout the year. So Batalá members, they travel to perform together.
Yeah.
They all meet in one place to perform together. The signature Batalá colors, you can tell, are red, black, and white. Black celebrates the beauty of African skin.
White symbolizes the Orisha, is a deity of peace. And then red symbolizes Chango, which is another Orisha of fire, passion, and power.
It's amazing the amount of women that are in this group. Powerful drummers. And the way they dance while they drum. And those are some big drums.
They
They're
put it all
heavy.
together.
I'll tell you, I've drummed in the parade, and carrying a drum down the parade takes a lot out of you.
Let's see who Jessica's talking to right now. Jessica.
I'm right here with Deborah. She has been doing this for quite some time. She's going to show us a little bit about, tell me about your group.
Our group is Batalá San Francisco. We founded 4.5 years ago. We have over 30 sister bands all over the world. It was originally founded in 1997 by Giva Goncalves. He lives in Paris, but he's originally from Salvador. And all of our bands play the same music. So we can join each other in international events all over the world and play the same music. Even if we don't speak the same languages, we speak the same language of the drum.
That is a really cool message, and that's kind of what this whole event's about, unity.
That's what the whole event is about. Carnaval San Francisco is the best. This is the center of our entire annual cycle of events and performances here in San Francisco. We're open to anybody with lots of drumming experience, with no drumming experience. So we are happy to have everybody. It's a community band.
All right, Deborah, take it away. Let's see. Thank you so much. That was so cool. All right, well,
Yeah, that's a microcosm of what we have witnessed today, just the coordination of the dancing and the drumming and on the beat with your fellow participants. And that's a testament to the many hours and weeks of practicing they have been doing.
Months, all year long. You eventually learn to master the drum. And you learn that rhythm, because it's like the coordination of your feet, your hands, the drum, and movement of your body.
Not an easy thing to do. All right, next up we have Parceros Salseros. It means the best of friends who love salsa. That's Roberto and I.
Yeah, this is this group's first year participating in Carnaval. The comparsa represents the resilience and artistry of Afro-Colombian slaves. The costumes represent the spirit, strength, and tenacity of the Colombian people.
Salseros! a bailar, a gozar con el ritmo de la salsa.
First, they're starting out with the Colombian flag, of course.
Not
Then
far
we have
behind.
a truck with, not far behind the truck with the musicians on the bed. And look at the young guy on the maracas. Are those maracas?
Yeah, those are maracas.
Salsa is somewhat universal, right? What the Colombians bring their own version of that popular music.
And what's great is, you find salsa in Mexico, right?
Right.
You find it in Nicaragua, you find it in El Salvador, you find it all over Latin America, in the Caribbean islands. People just love to dance salsa. We had the queen of salsa with us one year, Celia Cruz. Yes, ma'am.
And she was at Carnaval.
Celia Cruz was at Carnaval.
Wow.
I'll tell you a story real quickly about her. Well, I have been trying to get her for years to come to Carnaval. And every year I would talk to her, ay, nene, I'm going to be in France, or I'm going to be in Puerto Rico. And finally, the year that I got her to come to San Francisco, she came a week early. She calls me from a hotel Sunday night. She goes, ¿a dónde vamos a comer? So I went to go have dinner with her on Sunday night. Monday, she calls me, ¿qué vamos a hacer ahora? What are we going to do today? And I'm like, oh my God, here I got to work, right? I'm like in crunch time, right?
But it's the queen of salsa.
Yeah,
You just gotta take care of her.
so what I did was I started taking her everywhere I went. And people were blown away that here I was.
Boy, she's such a star.
That
Yeah.
Celia Cruz was with me. I go to this school, the rehearsal for the kids, because I had a meeting with the school. And the children, the teachers, the principal, the parents, they went crazy. They go, you brought Celia with you? I go, she's hanging out with me for the whole week?
And she was okay hanging out for the whole week?
She loved it. A couple of years later, she calls and she goes, Nene, come to Miami. I got a little surprise for you. I go to Miami, go to a club, and it's a CD release party she has. And she plays all the music. The last song she plays, she goes, there's my amigo from San Francisco, from Carnaval. This is dedicated to him and everybody from Carnaval, San Francisco. There's a song, La Vida es un Carnaval.
Wow.
And she told me that coming to San Francisco reminded her when she was little in Cuba, when she learned to dance and she learned to sing in school, and how she came out in Carnaval every year. And she goes, to see the Carnaval in San Francisco, she goes, I had to write this song, and I was crying. I was in tears. I had goosebumps.
She felt that same sense of family that Carnaval San Francisco brings. Let's move on to the next contingent now. This is Morenada para el Mundo 100% es Boliviana. Now, this group also flew in from Bolivia in this case. They're dancing the Morenada, the dance of the black slaves, and it's a music and dance style from the Bolivian Andes, characterized by a mixture of African and indigenous elements. And some say the traditional dance was inspired by the slaves who used to work in the silver mines. Another theory is that its origins are from long before that, when cave paintings were found in Lake Titicaca.
Yeah, this dance is typically performed in various festivals and events around Bolivia. The 100 or so participants flew all the way from South America just to close the show at this year's Grand Parade.
And we're talking about their title says 100% Boliviana. It has roots in the fact that there's such a competition for the different types of music styles that they had to lay claim to this one. And it was actually a legislative order that said that this music belongs to Bolivia. Let's go to Jessica.
Okay, guys, I'm with Oscar, and he is originally from La Paz, Bolivia, right?
Yes, from La Paz, Bolivia. I've lived here for the past 24 years, thanks to my parents.
What's it like being here with all these different cultures, all these different communities?
It's a beautiful, amazing experience. Let me tell you something. We are making history. We have one of the most renowned bands, Intercontinental Popó Bolivia.
Tell me. Tell me about your costume. Tell me about your costume.
Our costume represents the times when there was slaves. The bombo, the bum. It's the chains. It's the chains that represents the Bolivia. And all these dances represent a culture from Bolivia. Morenada 100% Boliviano. Let me tell the world that this dance originated from Bolivia.
Oscar is very proud of his heritage, like so many folks here. Is it really special to be here in San Francisco with so many people from so many different countries?
It's the most special feeling in the world. Never has a band recognized worldwide, winning first place in Spain. Over all the bands in the world, never have they been in San Francisco. With the help of the community and the California state, we will do this again. I want to get a shout out to all the officials of San Francisco. Let's make history. Let's make our culture known to the world.
And thank you so much, Oscar. I know that's heavy, and you're doing a great job.
I love Bolivia.
All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much. Wow, you can just see the exuberance on that guy's face and hear it in his voice. And that is just exactly what we're experiencing here in the Mission District in San Francisco.
He wants the world to know about his culture, and he is getting the word out today, that's for sure.
Straight from Bolivia.
What did it take to bring this last group from Bolivia? But you're talking about bringing groups in from other countries. That's pretty special.
A lot of paperwork, a lot of emails,
yeah,
a lot of letters, but we did. You know, we've had 39 years of working relationships with different governments in our own government, and it's been a pleasure to work with so many ministers of culture from various countries to be able to bring groups here and present them here in the parade. And we look forward to our 40th anniversary and to bring those we've invited from the past to be with us and have a very special 40th anniversary next year.
Well, this one has been extremely special. It's our honor to have you as our guest, Roberto Hernandez, the mayor of the Mission. Are you going to hang around for one more year, right?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go out with a bang.
There we go.
I'll probably stay around probably stay about 2 more years.
We want to thank you for experiencing this parade with us, the 2017 Carnaval Grand Parade. And we hope that you've learned, just as we've learned, more about the diversity in San Francisco.
Thanks for being with us. See you later.